This guy writes this post: my girlfriend kissed another guy drunk for the second time. So they're both 21. My experience with this is like, well, I know someone who did this in a marriage, and it was like they'd kiss people when they got drunk or at like social events, just kind of as like a high intensity kind of like thinking they're like a party person or high energy. But I also know the relationship ended in constant infidelity on both sides, both from like retribution, um, and it ultimately ended in a divorce. And so it's like that is a pretty typical pattern, and you have to recognize that one of the biggest values guys have is that sense of loyalty. And if she's out there kissing other guys, then it just basically destroys that trust in her being loyal, in almost all cases, really. And it's not always an easy thing to get back. But let's check out this post. He says, my girlfriend and I kissed of 1 year kissed another guy while drunk for the second time, and both times it happens exactly the same thing. She got drunk with her friends and ended up kissing random dudes in a bar. Yeah. And the first time she convinced me she regrets it, would not do it ever again, and she felt very shitty about the situation. So it's like, well, she did something, and now she's using her words to basically justify her actions, trying to talk her way out of this. Seeing what you'll tolerate, really. Although last Saturday she did the exact same thing once again. Yeah, and so it's like you're probably like, oh, that's totally fine, kind of deal. That's probably what you did. She's like, oh, okay, great. Well, I can just do it again. There's no consequence to me. You know. In general, our relationship is really nice, and we have a very strong connection. Well, she's out there kissing other guys, dude. So maybe it's strong in moments, but then it's totally broken in others, you know. For instance, we could make our relationship survive for 4 months without seeing each other due to COVID. Staying together, and it's like, well, was she even loyal? You know, so it's like, you know, I'll leave it at that. Honestly, I feel so turned off for her behavior because what I value the most in a relationship is a person's character. Yeah, and by doing that, she is ruining what I value the most on her. I am considering breaking up, but I'm afraid it is too stupid reason to do so. I wouldn't say that's stupid at all. Edit. Addition, she told me she stopped the guy in last time, but I know she still kissed him. Oh, she lied that she didn't actually kiss him. What's your opinion about it? Well, yeah, I'd say, you know, if she's compromising your values and it's just like you're in this relationship and now you're starting to be a little bit uncertain or starting to like wonder if she's out there kissing other guys when you're away, and you just start getting in these patterns, it really creates a negative atmosphere for the relationship. And so if you're experiencing these events with another woman and you communicate that, hey, you know, that I can't really have that because it doesn't make me feel good. And so it's like, don't discredit your own emotions in a relationship. And so you have to really stick up for what you feel. Otherwise, it's just going to keep happening in events like this. And so if you stick up for yourself and she keeps doing it like she has been, you know, it might be time to move on, because it's like it's not really going to be a healthy environment for you, and then you're not going to show up in ways that are really effective for her, and it's just not a good way for either of you to really feel or show up in a relationship. And so it's like, yeah, you might consider just leaving and finding someone else. Weigh the positives and the negatives in your relationship, because it seems like there's not many positives compared to negatives. And you need a lot more positives than negatives when you want to have a successful relationship. Consider that, and yeah, I would consider moving on.